Hi everyone, it's Ashley at Tea Garden Paper Crafts and welcome to September. It is finally time for the Fairy Wings and Forgotten Things collaboration. We've been preparing this for a while and I'm so excited to be bringing you the first tutorial and the first token for your scavenger hunts. So I have made an entire journal for my month's worth of prompts, and it is an altered book. So for day one, the prompt is to make something with a memory. And the token that you are going to want for today is Fairy Locket. So this is a enlarged version of it that I added some stickles to, some gold markers, some gold stickies, and we're going to actually use this in the project. The front of my project also has some found things, some buttons, some thread, some fussy cuts. You can find some of these pieces are actually on my first freebie that released yesterday. So this is knocking my glue over. This is the first page in my journal. I've been already working in my journal, so I have this piece of scrap paper here to hide what work I've done already so that you don't get any previews that you shouldn't have yet. But anyway, so this is page one for my Fairy Locket inspiration. I have this cute little keepsake here that I made. And this is what I'm going to show you how to make today. Not this exactly, but I'm going to show you how to fold what's inside of it. So I have a little pocket here, which has a locket fussy cut, some little, these are actually scans of vintage buttons. And then I also have a scan of a pocket watch, and inside it is a hidden journaling space. So these are all tiny little journaling cards. And then when you undo this, it opens up into a journaling space. And this here is actually what I'm going to show you how to make today. Is that fold. So I've seen it called an Antiquarian fold. I'm not sure if that is the exact specific name for it, but that is what I've seen it referred to. So here's another one that I made. This is another fussy cut that I'm going to have on a freebie later this month as part of it. And then I cut out this little girl from a magazine and put some butterfly wings behind her. So this one, if it were attached to your page, it would open like this. So, and then this was my one that I was just practicing on. Inking the folds, making sure that I remembered how to do it. So let me show you how to do it with a book page. So these are actually pages that I tore out of my book. It is an outdated encyclopedia, and that is what I used. So you need to use a square piece of paper. So obviously my book page is not square. So what I am going to do to square it off is I'm just going to line up one of my straight edges here as best I can and fold it over. And then I'm going to just take my ruler. I don't mind if it's got this little rough edge on it, but if you do mind that, then you can certainly cut that off, but I like it, so I'm going to actually leave it. And if you get a little bit of tear like this, it's fine. So I'm going to show you how to do it twice. So there we go. We've got a nice square. So again, what we're going to do is you want to take, so let's do this one this side. We're going to take and line up our edges as best we can here. Give it a crease. I'm going to put my ruler down, and we're going to tear. And then these I'm going to save for a different part of my project. I'm not going to use them right now, but I will save them for another time. Okay, so now we have two pieces of paper. It doesn't really matter what direction unless you care when you open it what direction that it goes, but I will show you how to do that. So we will do one where we don't care about direction and one where we care about direction. So for this one that we care about direction, we've got our fold going this way. You want to make sure it's nice and creased. And this is a little bit thicker than your standard book page because it's an encyclopedia page, so it is a little bit thicker than you would expect. But you can absolutely do this with just a printer piece of paper. This is just standard copyweight paper that this one is made out of, and you absolutely can do that. Okay, so then once we've got this folded here, we're going to then come and take it and fold it to the opposite corner. And line it up as best you can and give it a good crease. And then open that back up. And then with the direction that you want it facing, we're going to fold it in half. Okay, so we've got several creases now in our paper here. So then I'm going to fold just the center crease back the opposite direction so that we've got a good fold there. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So now what we're going to do is see these two folds here in the center. We're going to bring those together and fold up our triangles. So that way, if you're looking down at it from the top, you've got two sides here like this, and then this is what it should look like from the bottom. So once again, from your direction that you have it facing, the way that you want it facing, we're going to pinch those together and then fold it. Okay? So now with the flat side facing towards you, I'm going to take one corner and I'm going to fold it to the center. Now how I look at it is, I do this when I'm on the table, but I'm going to show you this way just so you can see. I look at where my center is inside and I fold it here. And then we're going to fold this side in to meet it. So we've got that on this side. We've got these two little corners folded in. Flip it over and do the same. And then this side you can match up to the back. Okay? So this is what we should have. Now we're going to unfold everything. Okay? So now we've got a whole bunch of folds, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to crease just these corners here. So it's tough to see on the paper here, but there is going to be a little box here in each corner, and we want just those little folds inside of those boxes to face in. You want just those to face in. Okay? All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our top right corner and I'm going to fold it in. So it folds in like that. And I'm going to do the same with that bottom corner. Now this might take you a few times. You might need to slow this video down and see me do it a couple times, but we're going to fold these two corners in towards themselves, and that'll bring the center down. Okay? So if you don't fold it correctly, you'll end up with these. So if you end up with those, all you got to do is unfold that, take these corners here and push them in. Take this corner here and push it in. So then you end up with this. You've got a point here, and then you've got your open side here. Okay? So that when you open it, it opens like that. And then when it folds back in together, it folds like that. Okay? So let's do that one more time. Okay? So we've got our paper, we've got it folded in half, right? This is what we started with. This is where we tore it. We've got it folded just like this. Okay? And then we're going to take it and we're going to fold it the opposite direction. Just like that. Give it a good crease. Okay? And then when we unfold it, we're going to fold it in half. and then fold it backwards in half. So now we've got crease down the center, and we've got creases this way. We do not have a crease this way, okay? So we're going to fold it so that those two center creases meet, and fold it flat. Make sure you give those really good creases, okay? So then when we have this triangle, we're going to turn it so that the long side is facing us and the point is facing away from us. And we are going to take those corners and fold them into the center. If you have trouble meeting where the center is, you can pick it up off the table, or you can get down on the table's level and look for underneath where your center line is and fold them in to meet. And then we'll do the same on the other side here. We'll fold these in to meet in the center. Okay? Now we unfold everything. Okay? So started with this, folded here, turned it, folded our corners in. Okay? So unfold everything. Now you've got corners, you've got a little square in every single corner. And inside of those squares, we're going to take that diagonal line that bisects the square, and we're going to fold it so that it faces inward. Okay. So then with this one, I'm not worrying about whatever direction it is. You just, if you don't care about what direction, just make sure that your center folds are in the center this way. You don't want your center folds to be this way unless you're going to fold it down or up, which is an option. But I'm just showing you how to do it with the folding it the same way so that it opens to the side. Okay, so we're going to take the first corner and we're going to pop it in, and then take the bottom corner on the same side and push it in. And it may take a little bit of maneuvering. You may need to find that you're, making your folds. You may need to line your folds up. So like if you want to, you can take these two corners and have them meet, and then crease it back down. Sometimes I do find myself having to do something like that, where maybe a crease didn't end up quite right, so I have to recrease it. There we go. And then take these two pieces here, and we're going to fold them in. Fold it in and give everything a good crease. And there you go. So like this one, if I wanted my text to be going right side up, I could glue this into place here and have it open like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use this one, which has like this really cool list of like national historic parks. I think that's pretty cool. So if I wanted to put this into my book, what I would do, I would use a better glue than this. I'm just using my glue stick right now because it's good for a quick stick in a video. I will go back and reinforce this after my video. So I would use, if you were putting this in your journal, I would use a really good glue stick. All right, or like your Fabri-Tac or Eileen's or whatever. So let me get my glue off, my overzealous gluing off the table here. All right, so with this folded flat, I'm going to come in and I'm going to use my fairy locket, and I'm going to press that down and adhere this to the back here. I decorated the back of mine after I cut it out. I decorated the back with a little bit of tissue paper and some stenciling, just because you will see it when you open it. And then I'm going to glue this part into the page so that you can open it like this. Okay, so that is how that works. So this would be glued into your page here, and then it opens like this. You can make this a secret writing spot. In my journal, as you saw, mine was blank. Let me give you a reminder of what the one in my journal looks like. Mine secures in with this little piece of scrap piece of fabric or lace, and mine opens up blank. And I did this because I want to be able to write memories into this spot. But all of these other ones that I have made here, so the fairy locket, this little girl here, this little fairy girl with the clock, all of these will end up in my journal someplace. I haven't decided where yet, but they will. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you put this into your journals. Make sure that you continue to watch this scavenger hunt. Keep an eye out. Make sure you are following our professor on her adventure through the fairy woods. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.